Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Heather Chapin. I am a realtor down here in the beautiful Columbia, Lexington area of South Carolina. Today we are going to talk about all the different areas around Columbia and Lexington to just kind of give you an idea, a brief idea of the different feels of every town within there. But before we get started, as always, I'm going to ask that you like and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. I hopefully will be able to talk the rest of the time. We'll see. English is my first and only language, and I don't speak it very well, so. But let's go ahead and get started. So we are not going to discuss every town that surrounds Columbia today. That would just take forever. So I'm going to hit 5 today, and then maybe next week I'll try to hit 5 more. But there are quite a few towns that surround Columbia. The first one we're going to talk about, most people already know, it is Lexington, South Carolina. So Lexington is a suburb of Columbia. So it's going to have a larger town feel, but it is not a city. So if you're coming from a major metropolitan area, then it may not have all the amenities that you are used to. It's going to have a very family-oriented feel, very community feel, where they're constantly hosting events to bring the community together. You will have all your basic necessities as well as some retail shopping in Lexington. You will find a lot of new construction neighborhoods here, a lot of newer neighborhoods here as Lexington is growing pretty rapidly. One of the biggest downfalls here that a lot of people complain about is the lack of lot sizes. They're very small. It's very hard to find a larger lot here unless you're willing to pay larger lot prices. So something to keep in mind if you plan to move here. I personally love Lexington. It feels like you have everything that you need, and then everything they don't have is still very close by in Irmo as well as in Columbia. So definitely somewhere to check out if that is the type of field that interests you. With that being said, it is, as people move here, it is getting more and more crowded, which can lead to some traffic. So all things to keep in mind. If you have some more questions about Lexington, I'm happy to discuss those further with you. The second area I'm going to talk about is neighboring Lexington, and that is Irmo. Irmo is going to feel a good bit like Lexington, except for the fact that it is not so much new construction. There is new construction there, but a lot of it's going to be older homes. Many are going to be on larger lots. It's going to have mature landscaping. You're also going to have a lot more retail shopping nearby, as that's where Harbison Boulevard is located. So you're going to have the Columbiana Mall and all that shopping that surrounds it. There's tons of stuff to do there, such as Dave & Buster's, Frankie's Fun Park, Stars and Strikes, multiple movie theaters. So definitely something that a lot of people from Lexington travel into Irmo. They also have a fantastic park called Saluda Shoals. My kids love that park. They go there a lot and they really enjoy Leo's Landing. So, and they also put on a fantastic drive-through Christmas light show. Highly recommend that. We go every single year. Every single year, it's pretty much exactly the same, but every single year we enjoy it. So, a little bit about Irmo. Like I said, it is, older, more mature neighborhoods, but they are on larger lots. So a lot of people that, start looking in Lexington may not be able to find what they're looking for there in terms of lot sizes, may look into Irmo because they are able to accommodate that for them. I didn't mention it in my Lexington portion, but the vast majority of Lexington is zoned for Lexington 1 schools. There are portions of Lexington that are zoned for Lexington 2, but the vast majority is Lexington 1. Irmo, on the other hand, is zoned for Lexington Richland 5 school district. So, as I've noted many times before, and you probably already know this, I cannot say if schools are good or bad, but I highly encourage you to look it up and find that information for yourself. I'm happy to provide resources in which you can look up that information if you are interested in it. Our third town that we are going to talk about is Chapin. It is also along Lake Murray, as well as Lexington and Irmo, traveling around the lake. So Chapin is known as the capital of Lake Murray. It is a very small town feel, but it is growing rapidly. Tons of new construction there, tons of homes being built. Like Lexington, it is kind of hard to find larger lots there. Not impossible, but definitely something to keep in mind. The price point there can be a little bit higher than it is in Lexington, just because of the supply and demand. It's just not as built up as Lexington. I do think that probably in 10, 15, 20 years, it probably will become a second Lexington. That's just my opinion. But as it stands now, that is not the case. It is a small town. It will have all of your basic necessities, such as grocery stores and restaurants, gas stations, a gym, things like that. But if you're wanting to do more retail shopping, like go to the mall, or entertainment things such as going to the movies, the zoo and things, you would have to travel outside of Chapin into Irmo and Columbia, possibly Lexington, to be able to do those things. So a lot of people like living there because it is not as congested as, say, Lexington or Irmo. But there is the downside of that, is you do have to travel a bit if you are looking to for entertainment and retail shopping like that. So just something to keep in mind. So the fourth town we're going to talk about is actually heading back towards the Lexington area of the lake, and that is Gilbert. Gilbert's also going to be somewhat like Chapin in the sense that it is very rural. Is less rural than even Chapin. It's kind of spread out a bit. You're very close to Lexington, so you pretty much have all your needs fairly close to you. It is growing. There's definitely some new construction there, but it's not growing as rapidly as, say, Lexington or Chapin. So a lot of people enjoy that because your money goes a little bit further there in terms of housing. You can get a little bit larger lots, and things like that. So it is still along the lake, just like Lexington, Irmo, and Chapin are, but it's a little bit more rural, if that makes sense. So you're going to have a lot of older homes there. While they are starting to build over there, is nowhere near the new construction levels of, say, Lexington and Chapin. However, they are expanding out towards Gilbert, and Gilbert is zoned for Lexington 1 schools. And I don't think I said, but Chapin is zoned for Lexington Richland 5 schools. So all of these towns are still within Lexington County, but they are in different districts. People don't realize how large Lexington County is. It is actually quite large. My goodness. So keep that in mind. Gilbert, like I said, is just outside of Lexington. They do have a cute little downtown area with some grocery stores and things like that, but for most of your stuff you're gonna have to travel into Lexington for, but it is a short drive, nothing too crazy there. Okay, so the last town we are going to cover in this video is West Columbia. So West Columbia is kind of in two different sections. One is closer to like the Red Bank part of Lexington, and then one is close to Lexington Medical Center, in between Lexington and downtown Columbia. So you're going to have kind of two different feels, whereas the Red Bank part of West Columbia is going to feel a little bit more like Red Bank. And for those that don't know, Red Bank is a part of Lexington, but it's a more rural part. So you're going to have plenty of stores there, Walmart, Lowe's, Tractor Supply, because you can easily travel right into Red Bank, and like restaurants and things like that. It is going to have some new construction over there, but you are going to have a lot of older homes. A lot of them are going to be like a little bit smaller. They do have some larger homes over there, but they tend to be a little bit smaller homes. The other part of West Columbia is going to be the part that is in between Lexington and downtown Columbia. That is going to have a more congested feel. I personally like that area for the convenience. It is right next to I-20, also 26, so you can easily commute around quick trip right into Lexington or a quick trip right into downtown Columbia. You are going to have some newer homes. They're very few and far between. A lot of it's going to be older, smaller ranch style homes. Obviously, that's not the case for everything, but you'll see a lot of that there. You can find homes with some decent sized lots. They are older homes, very cute homes with a lot of character, which is one of the things I really enjoy about that. West Columbia is going through a lot of revitalization, and they're doing a lot of work there, and they're putting a lot of money and funds into that area. So overall, I think West Columbia is a very cute town, and definitely think you should check it out. Kind of get the different feel because they're so spaced out that you can get very different feels from both sides. So it's one of those ones that is not all the same. It kind of like Lexington, where you have the town of Lexington, but you also have the Red Bank part of Lexington, which is a little more rural. Whereas the part of West Columbia that is in between Lexington and downtown Columbia is highly populated. Lots of traffic through there, very close, like I said, to the interstates. So you do get a lot of people commuting in that area. So that is what I have for you today. If you have any questions or want me to go into further detail about each town, definitely let me know. I'm happy to make a video going over each town individually where I can go a little more in depth, because I try not to make these hour-and-a-half long videos. I try to keep my videos right around 10 minutes or so. That way, you know, it's not too much information at once. But if you have a town that interests you and you want to learn more about it, definitely drop it in the comments below. I'm always happy to make a video about that. Also, if you want to talk to me privately about that, my contact information is in the description box below. So I will going to go ahead and get out of here. And if you need anything, don't forget that I'm always happy to help. Thanks. Bye.